Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side for now. And one of those reality shows that we're doing is RuPaul's Drag Race, and I'm this close to the end. I know it's already over, but I'm the third from the last episode. We've got one more episode, which is the reunion. I can't wait to talk about that one. And then we've got the finale. So this is the last competition episode. But what was interesting about this episode is that, so we've got our four top girls. We've got Asia O'Hara, we've got Aquaria, we've got Eureka O'Hara, and we've got Cameron Michaels, okay? And the thing about that is that, first of all, I really it wasn't until this episode that I really enjoyed Cameron Michaels. Now, don't get me wrong, I've never had anything against Cameron Michaels, but, as someone who did sort of stay in the back all the time and not, choose to interact too much with the other girls, which, don't get me wrong, there's definitely a place for that, especially if you're in that competition. I would probably be more like Cameron Michaels because I would not want to be involved in all the drama, I'd be there to win the competition. So good for you. And I really enjoyed him and I really got to, because they had a little, was it on Untucked or was it on the regular episode? I don't know, but they had his mom come and she brought up his dad who passed away, and he got a little emotional, which I did too. It was really super sad. And then so they had a maxi-challenge. And the maxi-challenge was that RuPaul has a song called American. I think it's American. And they're each going to add a verse to it, and they're going to perform that live. So everyone does their own verse, and then Todrick is kind of producing the single part of it, the part where they're actually singing or rapping, whatever the case may be. Everyone did great, actually. Okay, so let's take it back. Okay. This is one of those things where if I was doing a reality show, I would never let anyone film me recording singing ever. Not because I'm a bad singer, but because they will show the absolute worst part of your whole recording session. You could be in there for 14 hours and you could do the best every single time, but the one take that you do that's not great, that's going to be the take that the editors will choose to show. So no, I don't care for that. So, but the good news is that they worked their studio magic. Now, listen, they might have had that to choose from all along. I don't know, because I can only see what they have aired. And so they, of course, the editors are always going to pick the absolute worst that they're doing, right? So it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And then they did so then they started rehearsing for the live performance. And let me tell you, honey, Miss Aquaria came to fucking play. She was not, the other girls were not ready for her at all, because she comes out and she's all doing pirouettes and boom, splits, and we're like, oh shit, wow, okay. And her verse was fierce too. I'm the bitch from New York City. Yes, honey, get it. I love it. Yeah, she let you have it. Now, you know what? Eureka actually did pretty good, actually. Cameron Michaels did great, and so did Asia. Everyone did really good. But the first one was Aquaria, and when she went first, all the other girls were like, I loved it. It was hilarious. So they performed Rue's number for American, right? And that's really cool. And then after that, they had, had to lip sync for their lives. All four of them. So this is what I don't understand. So if you're not going to have anyone anyone win the challenge, because obviously no one won if they all have to lip sync for their lives. Sorry. So they all have to lip sync for their lives. So they lip sync for their lives. They all did great on the lip sync, although I have to say Aquaria kind of stole the show on the lip sync a little bit. Just because they all came out wearing their most elegant gowns that will sum up their whole experience. Aquaria's gown was very Aquaria. It was this kind of like a unitard with these two, and then it was cut out, except it was still a long dress, and they had these two, like an X going across the ass and across the vagina. She didn't have any breasts though, but she looked fantastic. The hair was fucking on point. Her hair was great. It was really nice, okay? And then Eureka had on this dress that said Eureka, you know, a phrase you say when you found it or something like that. It was really cute. It was actually a really cute dress. I loved it. Cameron Michaels, though, was stunning. I mean, she was wearing this purple, that lavender illusion, and it wasn't like, okay, do you remember way back in the 80s, if you're old enough to remember this, there was the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, which are right now experiencing a nice little comeback because of the series on Netflix, which is loosely based on the show, but they leave out a lot of stuff. There was a chick on there. First of all, okay, those girls better be good with their accents, because there was a chick on there named Ninochka who was Russian, and then she ended up defecting Russia and moving to France. This was before the Berlin Wall came down, right? So when defecting was still a thing. Which, you know, that's so fucking interesting if you think about it. And I'm about to get a little bit political right now, but, you know, there's kind of an ongoing debate in our country about immigration. But, you know, in the 80s, and only because I am old enough to remember 30 years ago, in the 80s, you know, we didn't really, if someone were to defect from Russia and seek asylum here in the United States, we certainly wouldn't punish them for that. But you never hear, well, I'm defecting from Guatemala. You know what I mean? So, well, why not? It's the exact same thing. They're doing the exact same thing. So, you know, I find it interesting that they had a prettier spin put on it in the 80s, and then they have such a negative spin put on it now. So just an observation, just something I thought I would point out. Okay, so there was this chick named Ninochka, and then she was French, and she had on this accent, and then there was this other chick, she played Godiva. She had on this fierce British accent, and neither one, and there was another Russian girl named Tonya, and none of them, they were all girls from Las Vegas. Like, if you watch the documentary on YouTube about Glow, you'll see that they were like, they just speak like regular people. It's pretty intense. It's pretty great. I love it though. I love it. So where was I going with that? Why did I bring up the girls' accents? None of the Drag Race girls have any accents. That's, you know, okay. Anyways, that's just an interesting story. I totally lost my train of thought with that, so whatever. Okay, so after the end of the lip sync, RuPaul was like, okay, I'm not gonna let anyone go. You're all going to the finals. So they're super excited. They've really earned this place in the finals. They're doing a great job. I've got to say, these season 10 girls, they fucking brought it. They're doing a really good job. You know, and they haven't seen the atrocity that was All Stars 3, so they don't know to expect anything shitty like they did there, where it became RuPaul's Best Friend race. So, they all left the wig room, and it was a kind of like a sad little moment, little montage. It was, and then after that, they had Untucked. Well, actually, so if you watch on VH1.com or on the VH1 app, you'll notice that they put the two, after the original episode of the actual episode of Drag Race airs, they have, the pit stop with Raja, and this week it was Ginger Minge, and they were talking about the show. And then after that they had, well, actually normally after that they have What You Packin' with Michelle Visage, where she talks with the girl who was eliminated, and they show her all the stuff that they brought. In this case, they didn't have that episode airing of What You Packin'. And then afterwards they have Untucked. So Untucked, you know, for this time, I guess because there was a period of time before RuPaul announced that they all had to lip sync for their lives, while they were all waiting back, while the judges were deliberating, because they did do a lot of deliberating, and they were mentioning everyone. Oh, that's why I was mentioning Inoshka's accent. I knew I would get back to it, because Cameron Michaels had on this this fierce lavender dress, but it wasn't purple. Not purple. It was purple. It was closer to purple than it was to pink, and because if it was pink, it would look a little bit Pepto-Bismol-ish. And the reason why I brought up Ninochka is because when she defected to France, she went from wearing this, you know, red and black Soviet outfit to this big pink Pepto-Bismol-esque outfit, and she looked a lot like Pepto-Bismol. Cameron Michaels did not look like that. She looked fucking great. She looked incredible. The one thing though is that I don't think it was Asia's best look. She had on well, the pattern of the dress was cool. It was like this Egyptian kind of like tiles all around her. It wasn't tiles, but they looked like tiles. And she had on these like really exaggerated hips though. And you know, and she had a diamond beard, which was kind of weird. And then, yeah, it was just kind of weird. The whole thing was kind of weird. I mean, she looked fine. She looked beautiful, but it was still, I mean, I don't know if I would, but she has constantly turned it out with her looks. Her and Aquaria both have really done a good job in the looks department. So, yeah, okay. Anyways. Yeah, so then they had Untucked, and the queens were kind of talking about, you know, how excited they were, and when they were out there talking about talking to RuPaul and the judges, RuPaul asked, you know, who do you think should go home? Or actually, so she asked Asia, I think she asked Asia, like, who do you like the most out of these girls? And she was like, you know, I actually am going to choose Aquaria, because we got together, and not got together, but like, you know, we have hooked up. No, that's not it either. We have connected. That's the word I'm looking for. We connected, and you know, he had a lot of really nice things to Aquaria, and Aquaria got real emotional. And when they were on Untucked, he started crying, and he's like, you know what? I just thank you for what you said. It's really nice. And she's like, you know what? I might not be America's Next Drag Superstar, which I think is foreshadowing of what's to come. But knowing that I've made a positive influence on you and helped you to come out of your shell, that means the world to me. And that was actually like a really sweet, touching moment. So my friend Kyle Fox is N. O'Hara, and he says that Asia's one of the best drag mothers that there is. Which is interesting though, because I mean, what's funny is that Kyle's drag name is Serena Sky, because she's Sky like Sky Vodka, Skyy. But, I mean, how is an O'Hara her mom? I'm going to have her explain that to me. I need her to explain that to me. But anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Drag Race or RPDR to talk RuPaul's Drag Race. You can also hashtag Days or DOOL to talk Days of Our Lives. I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. You can give this video a thumbs up. And look around that YouTube channel for my Storytime with Angel Benton series. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Peace out. Webba, webba, webba.